This is a cut and wrap line. It does exactly the same as your machine does, but it's a different model. This is the batch roller where you put your candy. This is your rope sizer that forms the candy into a rope. And this is the cut and wrap machine where the rope of candy is fed into and it comes out formed as a twist wrap candy. So I'll go through them in a little bit more detail. The batch roller it rotates, keeps the batch turning so it's nice and round. The direction will alternate. It'll go one way and then it'll go the other way. And the reason for that is so the batch doesn't twist as it's going through. It keeps it nice and straight. You have a handle at the back which opens the rollers. If you've got big batches, you can fill the batch roller right to the back, and you can open the rollers to get more in. It's spring loaded, so when the rollers spring together, it will squeeze the candy and actually push it down a little bit. Your rollers on the batch roller at the front will open and close. So you basically get a big batch of candy, roll it to a taper, throw it in, and then it will roll. And it will slowly travel down the batch roller. And then you get it to the size at the end of the batch roller so it will fit into the rope sizer. Now your rope sizer doesn't have this, which is a vertical set. You have just got this. Works just the same. Put your batch roller right up to these rollers and the candy will get pulled through on the rope sizer and taken to the cut and wrap machine. The batch roller has heaters underneath it. You probably won't need heaters if you're doing a soft candy. The heaters are more if you're doing a hard candy and you need to keep the batch pliable. So that's the batch roller. So on the rope sizer, we feed in the candy from the batch roller into the first set of sizers and then through the rest of them. Now each set of rollers goes smaller in size, so it creates a smaller rope as it goes through. The rope can be adjusted by these adjustments here. Yours are slightly different, but the principle is the same. It's an eccentric shaft inside, and when you turn it, it just opens and closes the rollers. Obviously you start with a fat piece of candy and then it travels down to a thin piece of candy. And then this rope travels along this rope table. I'm not sure if your machine has a rope table. If it hasn't, basically a simple table like that where your rope has room to sort of snake around and go into the cut and wrap machine. I don't think you've got this either, and basically what this does is you always have your rope sizer going a little bit faster than your cut and wrap machine. So you've got a snake, and then this detects the snake and pauses the rope sizer, straightens the snake up, and as it straightens up, it starts up again and carries on feeding. So you don't need a person there watching the rope. If you haven't got one, you can either put a device like this on, which is a simple sensor, and it pulls a relay inside, which just pauses the machine momentarily while the rope is under it. It's variable speed, it's all controlled from your control panel. I can't just picture it now, but it will have a speed control on it. Your rope then travels into the cut and wrap machine, we have two in-feed rollers, one there and one there. That will bring the candy into the machine. It needs to form it to the exact size of the candy in height. So it will form a cross section. The height of that cross section has to be spot on. The way we alter the size of the rollers, which will control the height of your piece, is by undoing these lock nuts here and turning this hand wheel, and that will lift or lower these rollers. So you've got two. You've got the back set and the front set, and both can be lifted up and down. I'll just open this door here and tell you a little bit about what's inside here. Inside here, we can open this door, and inside here you can see a little bit more of what goes on inside the machine. We have a hand wheel at the back. If we undo the hand wheel, we can just pull the door open. If it doesn't open, just turn the hand wheel there, as the cutters might be in the wrong position. So when the door's open, we can see what goes on here. Here we can see where the candy comes out before it is cut, and we have the roller here that I just mentioned, what you alter the size with. So the candy comes out there, and it comes out in a cross section. When it comes out, it's in this position here. If I just turn the hand wheel around, it will come out of that aperture and go into here, and then the blade will scissor cut the piece. When it's cut the piece, you've got your candy. And then there's a little pusher which will then push that piece of candy, and it will push it with some film into the wrapping wheel of the machine. In one operation, it will cut the film, cut the candy, transfer it into the wrapping wheel. It's like 3 operations in one, and that is a very critical part of the machine that has to have the timing perfect. Here's your film. We have 2 roll holders for the film, so you can have one on ready to be used next. You can sort of see how it threads up there, and it goes down there at the back, and we have a hand wheel here which starts and stops the film. There is also a sensor, I'm not sure if your machine has this, that when the candy travels down here, the sensor sees the candy and actually starts a servo motor, which actually starts the film pulling and cutting, full film pulling motion. After the candy has been cut, it is transferred into the jaws of the wrapping wheel. This is what we call the wrapping wheel. When it's in the wrapping wheel will go round in a clockwise direction intermittently, and when it gets to this point here, it will twist the candy and then it ejects it down the chute. Here we have a print registration, so if you're putting logos on the film and you want the logo to be in the centre of each candy exactly, we use this device. If we're just using plain film, we don't need that device. And basically that's a quick run through of your machine. Obviously how to use it is a lot more detailed, but I can help you with that if you need it. Now if you go on YouTube and type in Loynds cut and wrap, you will see various videos of lines that we've done before, and they actually show the candy going through, which is important for you to watch because you'll get an idea of how the machine is set up. And that's about it. Thank you.